B-Boy Flow Master. I started housing in 1989. Started housing because all the popular guys in high school had all the girls. So when you're in high school, you want all the girls too. So I said, well, if I learn how to dance, maybe I get all the girls too. So that's how I started house dancing. It's because of the girls. But then as time went on, I did it because I loved it. And then when I met Mr. Wiggles and Pee Wee and Legs, then I changed from house to hip hop, to breaking, and then locking, because I couldn't stand locking. I did not like locking, but when I saw Wiggles do it, then I was like, you know what? I gotta learn this style. So then when I moved to New York, it went to breaking, then to locking, and then when I moved to California, that's when I met Loose Caboose and Richie Rich. Richie Rich is the first guy that got me locking on beat, because I was the kind of guy that did not listen to the music. I was so fast. The beat would boom, and I'd be like, boom, 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 totally off beat. So Richie kind of calmed me down. And then I met Loose Caboose, who got me kind of funky with that whole feel. And then I met Greg Camelot from the original Lockers. And that's when my locking just started going up and up and up. It started from Don Camelot down. I'm doing it on Soul Train, trying to do the funky chicken. And he couldn't do the funky chicken right. So he started inventing this whole lock thing. Being clumsy, looking down, rolling, pointing, and it started on Soul Train from a dance that he could not do. And then by him not be able to do that dance, he created his own style of dancing. And everybody knows it as locking, but that's not the real name. It's called camel lock. It's not locking. This is locking, that's locking. But the camel lock is very few people really knows how to camel lock. The camel lock is more of boom, 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 stop, look, pause, see a girl walking over to her, more character. People that locks now, they just locking. No stopping, just going, boom, 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 stop for a minute and go, boom, boom, boom. But they don't mess with the audience. See, the lockers back then on Soul Train, if you watch Soul Train and see some of the lockers on there, they will lock and they will break out and go to another person and start dancing with them, then coming back and then back into locking. That's the camel lock. And that's what they was doing back in the 70s. And then when the lockers stopped, then a group called Chain Reaction came. And that's what everybody starting to really get their locking style from, because then was the guys who came to me, took the funk out of locking. They really took the funk out of locking. They not dancing or nothing. They just come out there straight point, non-stop, not giving the audience time to see what they're doing. They just boom, boom, boom. Now they're on beat, but they doesn't give time to milk it, to let people understand what you're doing, because they're constantly moving. So people's like, as the original lockers, the camel lockers, when they do it, they boom, 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 then back into something else. So that's the difference of the way they was locking back then and the way they're locking now. Because when the lockers stopped, the younger generation that came didn't get to see the camel lockers. They came to see they saw the Chain Reaction. So that's how everybody thought locking was supposed to be, the way Chain Reaction locks. But they took the funk. That's not dancing to me. To me, by constantly doing 1,000 points, that's not dancing. That's just doing a move. The camel locks did a move, but they did it with feeling and they did it with funk. And they have this whole, when they wrist roll, they just don't wrist roll like this. They wrist roll with their body moving. All this is keep moving. That's where the funk is at. Where Chain Reaction is just the way everybody locks now.
Peace, my name is B-Boy Flow Master. I'm sitting here with the famous Skeeter Rabbit from the Electric Boogaloos. What we're about to demonstrate now is called locking, made up from Don Camelot. So what Skeeter Rabbit's going to demonstrate now is called wrist twirls.
Okay, standing here with Flowmaster. I'm Skeeter Rabbit. Speaking about some of the different ways that you could pace and locking. You know, pace and locking is just what it is. It helps you keep the timing with the music. You're pacing, you know, rocking with it, pacing with it. So Flo's going to demonstrate some pacing that we do today, and I'll show you some of the old style pacing that we used to do back in the early 70s. Check it out. In locking, it's like a move called the stop and go, made up by Greg Camelot Jr. Pope, and it's an individual move that was also used in unison pieces. You know, when they dance together. Stop and Go by Greg Camelot Jr. Pope. All right, Flowmaster, Skeeter Rabbit, discussing the lock, originated by Don Campbell. Anyway, we're at a part of this piece where we introduce you to the Scoobot. Scoobot was a later move, you know, maybe around 75, 76, and it came from a guy outside the lockers, but you know, the lockers, you know, they added things in. If it was funky, they'll use it. So we'll show you the way to do the Scoobot. I'll go up first, and I'll do like sort of a lazy variation, and then I'll do the up-tempo variation. Then he's going to come and do the Scoobot hop. All right? Peace. Flowmaster, how do you think we should demonstrate this next move, the Scooby-Doo?
I think I should take it from doing the original, you doing it, standing down, doing the original style, not the original style, but standing low, and you take it to the Scooby-Doo going up into the air.
Okay. He's going to show you one variation, and I'll show you the other variation. Scooby-Doo, Flowmaster. Yo, did you know the Scooby-Doo was a cartoon?
Yeah.
Late 60s, about 69, it was a cartoon of a dog called Scooby-Doo. And the name came before the move. And it was a guy named Scooby-Doo who made up that move, the Scooby-Doo.
I didn't even know that.
That's good, though. Say, that's more information for you. Scooby-Doo was a cartoon, animation now. So, now we're going to the Skeeter Rabbit. Now, I'm known as Skeeter Rabbit. Not because I made up the Skeeter Rabbit, it's because I do the Skeeter Rabbit. And I've been doing the Skeeter Rabbit since about 75. And how I got the name Skeeter Rabbit was the guy who made up Skeeter Rabbit lived near my neighborhood, which I lived in Compton, he lived in Watts. And he made up the move Skeeter Rabbit. But I did it, and as I got older, I did so many different variations that people used to call me Little Skeeter Rabbit or Skeeter Rabbit Jr., and the name just stuck. The Skeeter Rabbit. All right, look, I think we should let them know why we point, how to point, and how did the point come about.
Okay.
Don Campbell used to dance, and sometimes people would laugh at him or make fun or even say, hey, get down, and he would point at them. Like, I see you too. That's the point. Just point at people. Point. You don't point up here, or point like this, or point like that. You just point at somebody. Hey, 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 okay, yeah. You know, throw your thumbs up. You can hitchhike. Show them how to get down with the point. Mr. Flowmaster. What's the name of this dance that we do, that we love so much?
Well, people know it's locking, but we call it the camel lock.
Yeah. So what we should show them is how to lock. Lock it up.
Yes, sir.
This is how you lock. Now, Flo, we showed them how to lock, which we just lock up the joints, right?
Mm-hmm.
Locking in a pose, right?
Yep.
Now, when you hot, and you know you hot, when you bad, and you know you bad, you give a brother 5. I give you 5, because you cool. Super Daddy #1. So check this out. Show them why we give ourselves 5, because we know that we bad. the father. Most people really don't know who Fluky is. Fluky Luke, one of the original members of the Lockers. His real name is Leo Lundy, okay? He came up with a move called the Leo Walk. We know him as Fluky, but his real name is Leo. Flo is going to demonstrate the Leo Walk.
Ooh, boy, that Leo walk, man, when Leo made that up, boy, that was
crazy.
funky.
That was
but
crazy.
Listen, we got another move by Fluky Luke, and it's called the Which Way.
Oh, yeah.
But the original name,
Was
before the Which Way was,
Iron Horse.
and the reason why it was called that, because it looks like Fluky was riding a horse.
Yeah.
But then he changed the name to the Which Way.
Right. Because it's like, you don't know which way
Where
he's
he's
going.
going.
Yeah.
So what Skeeter Rabbit's going to do is demonstrate the Which Way.
Man, and which way is something else.
Well, I'm telling you.
And if you're not doing it right, please learn how to do it correctly. But yo, you from Maryland, I'm originally from Dallas. And you remember the days of the pimp. Big hats, platforms, bell bottoms, and that cool walk that you see. If you wasn't walking cool, you wasn't pimping. You know, and if you was pimping, you better have a nice pimp walk. Now the Lockers took that and added some funk to it, dropped it down, and this is how the Lockers do the pimp walk. Check this out. You remember those Volkswagen Beetles?
You mean them?
Yeah, the original.
Yeah. Them little ones look
Now,
like
I'ma tell you.
Herbie the Love Bug.
Right. I believe, I'm not sure if it was Shabba-Doo, but one of them had a Volkswagen, but it was a Carmen Ghia. And Greg and Fluky made fun of it. And it was a putt-putt. You know, it breaks down a lot. So they came up with a move called a Volkswagen because it was making fun of a Volkswagen Carmen Ghia. Man, these were some originators. You can look at a car and make a move up from just looking at a car.
That's bad.
I'm telling you, man.
That's bad.
And plus, it was funky.
That's bad.
You show them your style. Well, nah, it's not your style. Show them how you learn, and I'll show them the way I learned back in the days.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Here's the new way, the latest way, and the old way. Hey man, I think we're down to the last, bro. But check this out. I remember this move when it first came out, because I used to stay in front of the TV on, see, Soul Train came on late then, like about 10 or 11 at night, on KCOP.
Okay.
Channel 5.
I remember that, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was before your
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Okay.
I
They
wasn't
had a
born yet.
move called the sneaky peek. Okay? You were peeking, and the lockers took it, put it in the dance, and called it the snake. Now, I want you to get down with the snake, and guess what?
What?
I'm going to get down with the snake.
Okay.
All right? Handle it, baby.